Thank you, Mark. Again, I know we've just been having a
Hello.
little intro. Hello there. You've been telling me all about what you've got going on with your the detox challenge, and I know how busy you are with the community you've got, with all of your learners that are putting all types of fantastic new business ideas together and whatnot. So I just want to share with the audience, this is for people that are attending the summit that you have very kindly agreed to participate in and deliver a session at. So that's going to be happening on the Sunday, 16th of January. For those that are attending, I really want to be able to give them the opportunity to get a feel for where entrepreneurship, sovereignty, and then our overall well-being all fit together. So I don't know if you want to introduce yourself a little bit and say a few words on that.
This is like a dating site. Hello, I'm Mark. I run a YouTube channel. No, I'll just go back a little bit, Jodie, because for people who've never seen me before, I started life as a council house kid in England, and then I became an RAF pilot, and then I realized things were wrong, so I resigned, and then I became a poet and a stand-up comic and a theatre producer and actor and then an entrepreneur. And then I had 5 kids and I moved country and did all of that. Now, all the way through all of this, I was waking up. I was waking up 30 years ago that something was wrong with the systems that we were in. And when I was in my 20s, I was in Manchester for 25 years, and I didn't give a shit about anything apart from creating stuff. I didn't care about money or any of that. I was just having a good time. And then I realized that, I studied economics for 5 years and nobody ever mentioned the fractional reserve banking system. And when I found out what that was, I was livid, because that is the tool of our enslavement. Money is the tool of our enslavement. None of us know what money really is. We grow up just, it's a normal thing. So we never question what it is. So I want to start with that, because what I do is not necessarily about money, but my waking up process massively sped up 20 years ago when, in a curry house in Manchester, a Canadian stand-up called Alan gave me a copy of the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. If you've never heard of it, go to the Full Cabal channel on BitChute and look it up. In the sequel to the Full Cabal, you'll find a whole episode on it. It's fascinating. Anyway, I read this, shat my pants, because I realized it's all a fucking plan. They had a plan to do this shit. So I've been waiting for this shit to really kick off for quite a long time. And although I as an entrepreneur, I became a digital marketing. I was there at the beginning of the internet, and I got kind of stuck with it because I had 5 kids, but I was also fascinated with how the internet allowed little guys to take over big corporations, which is what you can do with SEO and things like that. So I stayed with it because I've got a very David and Goliath kind of ethos about me. And it was about 6 or 7 years ago, I tried to launch myself as the sovereign entrepreneur, but nobody was fucking interested. In fact, I got loads of emails from people saying, what do you mean sovereign? Are you the king? And I go, no, it means you're fucking sovereign. Anyway, so I wasted a lot of money trying to do that. That was going nowhere. And when COVID kicked off, as they call it in Ireland, when that kicked off, I was like, oh, we're here. We're finally here. This is it. This is the mass genocide. Okay, I'm ready for this. Now what's going to happen? And basically, I'm also a poet, right? So I started writing poetry, and I started this YouTube channel, and it's called The Mark Attwood Show: Adventures in a Cosmic Suit, if you've not seen it. And I was called to do it by my higher self. I'm basically a spiritual truth-seeking entrepreneur. There's a weird mixture of things to be, but that's what I am. And so I started this channel, and I started putting out poetry and interviewing really interesting people. And I've always been very interested in health, hence my little laser acupuncture toy, hence my little red light toy here. Ooh. So I've got toys everywhere. Hence my tuning fork here, which never leaves my side. Ooh. Hence my DMSO here. This is all literally on my desk. I've not prepared this, but. So, I run this channel, And I'm not talking about business at all. I'm talking about the situation, and I'm trying to come up with solutions, and I'm trying to be positive. And I've been told spiritually, I'm a bridge. I know I look like a bridge that's had a lorry run into it. I know, with the teeth need straightening, but the point is that I'm a bridge, and that's kind of my mission, to help people across the bridge into where we're going. Even though I'm not exactly sure where we're going either, I know in my heart and soul that it's a really, really good place. We've just got to go through this crap that we're going through. So I got a calling last summer to launch a course, using all my internet marketing skills. Now, this is my background. This is like an 8-hour internet marketing course. There's a book on digital marketing. This is my day job, right? So I was like, what, really? People don't, what? Why do people want to know about internet marketing in the middle of all of this? But it's nothing to do with internet marketing. It's to do with sovereignty, and it's to do with empowering people, because a lot of my audience are spiritual seekers, they're truth seekers, they're non-compliant people. They won't get this. They're great, they're amazing people. They're the future. And but they've been battered and battered and well, like we all have. We've all been battered and brainwashed since before we were born. So somehow I've broken through some aspects of that and started this course called How to Monetize What's Already in Your Head, Create a New Income Stream, and Become Sovereign Quickly. And it sounds like it's about money, but it's actually about finding something inside you that the world needs to hear. Because I believe every single one of us has something of value to other people. We are all teachers, even if we don't remember the fact that we're teachers. Every one of us as a parent is a teacher. Every one of us who's a teacher is a teacher. But every one of us is a teacher, whether it was in this life or a past life. So I'm trying to pull out that experience that people have and how to get over their issues of money first. Like I've already talked about the fact that money is bullshit, but I'm pragmatic. And in the situation where we're in right now, what I'm seeing is businesses closing down. I'm seeing people lose their jobs because they refuse to get this. And I'm seeing people suckling on the nipple of the state, which is no good, because that's how they got away with this, right? Because they've made us codependent. We're in a narcissistic, codependent relationship with government. They're supposed to work for us, but actually we're all just doing what they tell us to do, like a nasty parent. So my course is really about getting people to find that thing within them. And then I'm showing them some SEO things. You don't even need to know what that means, but I'm showing them some things in terms of how to get found for what it is that you are an expert in, even if you don't realize you're an expert in, and also how to produce a product that you can actually sell and monetize so you become more independent. And the amazing thing that's happened since we started that course is that we've got about 50 people on this course now, from all over the world, and it's just incredible what it's done for their confidence and for their and it opens up other doors. When you go through this course that I've done, it's basically 20 hours of me talking, if you could put up with that, in lectures, like basically online seminars. And through those seminars, I take people through all these processes, and I'm sharing 25 years worth of digital marketing experience and 52 years of experience of being alive on this planet and having 5 kids and all of that. So it is a very powerful course. It's the best thing I've ever done, I think, apart from my poem, We See You, which if you haven't watched, go and watch it. That's the best thing I've ever done. But this course is really, really powerful. And it's now led to me doing a course with Jeremy Ayres in the UK. And we're currently in the middle of like a maximize the light in your body, sort of detox, reset, getting ready for the war that's actually coming. So I've waffled there. Sorry, Jodie. Has that explained everything?
It has, and there's no apologies necessary, because that was fantastic. And the thing is, I am a fan. I've been following your YouTube channel. I'm on that cause, so I can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
absolutely. Oh, well, you see, I haven't had the opportunity to engage as much as I would like, purely because I've been busy with this stuff, getting this stuff organized. But what I have seen and already learned as being worth, I was fortunate enough to be in a position that I was able to pay. But one thing I love about what you do is that you invite people in and will offer scholarships where it's really necessary, where people are really struggling, and reach out to you. That's, to me, that's the future of entrepreneurship, where it's not just all about money. In addition to that, I've seen the support within the community, within the students themselves. And I know you've got a couple of people that assist you. So there's always that feeling of whatever questions you might have or help you might need, someone's on hand. So yeah, you're dealing with, 450 students, whatever. You in isolation wouldn't be able to handle all of that, but it becomes like a knock-on effect where the students feel empowered by you, and then they want to empower new people coming in. And so I observe it, even though I've not been able to engage as much as I would like to. So yeah, kudos for that. And again, that's the reason I invited you to participate in the summit, because I think how you've just described that, the energy that you bring to that bridge that you were describing is exactly that. I think you can face what is the negative aspects of what's going on in a very humorous, entertaining sort of way, and provide valuable information and help at the same time. So, it's win-win-win. So, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to cover in an introduction for people.
Well, I didn't know that you're on the course. I'm really chuffed that you said all that. It's really nice to hear. Yeah, I mean, the course has just been mind-blowing. And it's because, if you, depending on where you are in the waking up journey, right? I mean, I've been through all of this over 20 years. I all the stuff people go, oh my God, there might be reptiles in Windsor Castle. Yeah, I knew that 10 years ago. Oh, there's satanic people. Yeah, I knew that 10 years. I've already been through it, right? So I'm here just to say, look, once you've got over the shock of what you know really is what's going on, this is about solutions, and it's about solutions today. Because one of the things the other thing that really wound me up is that there's a lot of people out there sat there going, well, the QFS is coming in next week, and my XRP is going to go up, and my silver's going to go. Well, it's not up yet, is it? Mm-hmm. Right? It's not up now. So what are you going to do now?
Yeah.
Right? Don't sit on your ass waiting for somebody to come over the hill. Sovereignty means getting up and taking responsibility for every aspect of your life today, right? And it's a big process, because we don't realize how dependent upon everything that we are. I mean, if the lorries stop coming in, suddenly there's no supermarkets. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I think COVID has taught us that you can't trust the MEDICAL establishment at all. So what are you going to do if you get ill? You've got to take precaution. You've got to take responsibility for yourself. And we're in a financial system at the moment. So my advice is stop giving them money and stop taking their money, because you're just feeding this system, and we need to break the chains, right? And the way I see it, although there's 450 people in the course, each one to me is a stone in the pond, and the ripple effects of everything that people, because all the people on the course are amazing people, and they're teaching other people amazing stuff. So it's actually reaching millions of people, and that in effect is part of the information war, because it's all about us standing up. When it's all like, you're all individuals, I'm not. All like that, isn't it? But together we're very, very powerful, even if we think we only have a small voice. Remember Little Voice, Jane Horrocks? That was, remember that? Go and look it up.
Okay.
I think she's from Yorkshire. It's about a girl with a little voice, but she was an incredible singer when she got going. Michael Caine's in the film. It's very funny. So that's what that's about. And the thing we're doing is the other thing we're doing is this kind of detox reset thing called Maximize the Light in Your Cosmic Suit, because every cell in your body is a battery, and what they've done is they've polluted every cell in your body with a full spectrum dominance, from the food, from the chemtrails, from the water, the fluoride in the water, from the bullshit on the TV. They're literally creating a cloudy thing so that you can't get any light into each cell.
Yeah.
And the Maximize Your Light thing that we're doing is a 90-day challenge. We've got about 400 people on that as well. And what we're doing is removing all the crap from the cells so that you got more light in your cell, and you get lighter in spirit and body. And you can sit, and it's a very spiritual process actually, because you become more open to the messages that we're all getting all the time, but we can't hear because we're so fogged up. And what you said about the pricing is really, I think that's really important. So I charge for the course, how to monetize what's in your head. But if you haven't got any money, don't let that be an obstacle. I have free scholarships. And the reason for that is because the reason I charge for it is because I'm worth it. And it's very cheap for what I'm giving. The second thing is, and that's what you've got to do, is value yourself. The second reason the reason I give the scholarships is because I've generated hundreds of millions of pounds in my time, but I've also been completely flat broke. And I'm from a council house. I know what it's like to be broke. My mum and dad were broke. They worked their fingers to the bone in the 70s for me, to bring me up. And if they'd had opportunity like this and they couldn't afford it, it would have been amazing for them, but they didn't. So, you know, I'm just sharing all that knowledge, and don't let money be an obstacle. You know, this is 5D. This is the way 5D. It's the same with the Maximize Your Light course. We set that as a pay what you want, pay what you can afford.
Yeah.
It's down to you and your conscience. And there's no contracts, there's no checking anything, because that's not where that's what I mean by the bridge. And what you said about entrepreneurship, you know, the world needs entrepreneurs, right? Not everybody is an entrepreneur. Some people are amazing teachers, some people are amazing at digging up. We're all needed, right? But entrepreneurs are the ones who forge things ahead and make things happen. And they get a very bad name because there's so many evil people masquerading as entrepreneurs, like Branson and Bezos and Zuckerberg. They're not real. None of those guys got there on their own steam. They were placed there by the deep state. And this is what we've got to, you know, get away from all of these ideas. Take responsibility, but doing it in a community where other people support you. And that's what this is all about, really. So I really appreciate you inviting me on, and I hope I give a good account of myself, because as you can see, I can talk for hours, and this is only a 5-minute chat.
That's why I love you. And no, honestly, that's fantastic. The points that you've made with the lineup, we've tried to hit as many of those bases as possible. So I don't know if you've noticed, but Peter Wilson's on the lineup as well. So we're going to be looking at how to protect your incomes, and we've got gardening experts and all sorts. So yeah, I'm glad that you've raised those points. But between us, if we pull together, then we're unstoppable.
You're doing something very special, and it's just I got a good vibe from your email. This is the first time I've met Jodie, and you know, you're an earth angel, and what you're doing is really this. But this is what it takes. It takes people like us to just stand up and say, right, let's do something about it.
Yeah.
And that's what God's looking for. He's just waiting for us to stand up and go, yeah, I'm doing something. It doesn't have to be much. You know, it might just be emptying your neighbor's bins because they can't get out. You know, whatever it is. This is how we rebuild the world without them.
And it shifts your energy completely as soon as you engage that. As soon as you're doing something you feel is worthwhile, there's a purpose to it. You know, however you've been feeling previously, you just get that lifting, right? Okay, I'm renewed now. I've got, you know, that motivation to really start to tackle what I think a lot of people have just been hiding from. So on that note, kept you longer than I said I would, but thank you. And we're going to get this out to people between now and...
My fault.
All right, I'll let you take the... we're going to get out to people between now and the summit. Do you want me to send a link over, and then if you want to share it with any of your audience?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. All right. Thank you again, Matt.
In fact, send me the video. I'll put it on my channel.
Awesome. Yeah.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Fabulous. All right, I will do that.
Yeah. We're making this up as we go along. All right. Thanks, Jodie.
All right. Bye, Matt.
Great to meet you.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.